done. If I'm gonna get kidnapped, so be it. I was my fate was sealed at this point. I was like, I'm ready. Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Do you like my makeup? I actually tried really hard today. But anyway, that's not why we're here. We're here for another video, and as you may have read the title below, it's about my first tattoo. And oh, I forgot to mention, so basically, like, this tattoo, the reason why it's illegal was because Korea has this law where like only medical professionals are allowed to give tattoos. So like doctors, nurses, whatever. So everyone else that does it that aren't medical professionals are kind of doing it legally, but they don't really care. And I think that's why it was so like really underground, literally underground. Let's do it. Without further ado, let's go. So I have one tattoo and like a few body mods, and by body mods I mean piercings, like and like 3 here. I had my lip done like back in the day, but I took it out. But yeah, today the attention is on the tattoo. And okay, just like a quick background of me and tattoos and whatever. Like, so back in the day, like especially when I was like really young, I was like very against tattoos, especially on black people, because I'm just like, it's gonna fade, it's gonna stretch out, it's gonna look bad. Like, why would you want to do that on your skin? Like, it's forever. Like, what if you decide to hate it? Like, you can't get rid of it. But then I went through like an emo phase, didn't we all? And my emo phase was intense. Like, I was ready to get like myself tattooed from like head to toe. But I didn't, because it's not professional and it's hard to get a Korean job after that, and also it's a lot of money. That's it. So I was like, you know what, whatever. But then like around 16, I wanted a tattoo, and I wanted it to be like meaningful. I wanted it to have like a story behind it, and I thought, why not get a tattoo based on my favorite film in the world, and that is The Lion King. And I decided to get Hakuna Matata tattooed on me. But yeah, like, I like the philosophy, I like the idea of like Hakuna Matata, like, no worries, it is what it is, like, just calm down. And I wasn't sure where I wanted to get it done. I considered getting my wrist, considered getting a few fingers, neck, back, and my crack. I'm joking. But I did consider getting on, like, I didn't know where I wanted it, but I knew I wanted it to get done. And then like 2 years ago, like, I was supposed to go to Korea before I went to Singapore, and I was with my friend, and I was like, we should get something from Korea. Like, when someone asks us like, oh my gosh, that's so cool, where'd you get it from? You'd be like, this whole thing, Korea. And we settled on the idea of a tattoo, and I was like, yeah, why not? So went to Korea now with the intent of getting a tattoo. And my friend was like, yeah, let's go. But then come the day, she kind of like bailed, and I was like, all right, fine, like, if you're not gonna get it done, I'm gonna get it done. So I went with her anyway. She came with me, and I went to this, like, the first studio that we saw, no research whatsoever. It literally just said tattoo, like, just went in there, and it was a disaster. Like, there were 3 cats roaming around. It smelled like cat shit. It was cluttered. It was bad. And anyone with like a common sense would have like turned around and just like not looked back. But I had a philosophy of my own as well, another one, which was mama didn't raise no bitch. That's a horrible idea. Like, use your common sense, and I didn't. And the way how I was going about it now was, yeah, like, I'm already here, so I might as well explore. It's my first time going to like a tattoo parlor in Korea, so like, just explore. Like, even if you don't get anything done, just look around. And then like, I'm looking around, and this one guy came up to us, and he was like, excuse me, can I help you? And he was the love of my life for the week. Yeah, so like, he was really, like, I found him attractive. Well, back then I did, because he had braces, and for some reason I had a thing for guys with braces. Don't ask me why, but I did. And he had like a face tattoo or so on his cheek. Again, that's how I knew he was legit, because anyone with a face tattoo, any artist with a face tattoo, you know they're legit, because they're about that life, yo. But yeah, I was doing it for the wrong reasons. Don't do it. Make sure you do research. Like, whatever I do in this video, do the complete opposite. Like, because I make bad decisions after, like, one after the other, and you will see why. So like, yeah, so like, love of my life, I don't know his name, but I just saw him as love of my life back then. So I was like, oh yeah, he's gonna tattoo me, let's go, let's go, let's go. And he was barely talking to me. He just said, oh, sit. And I sat, like, being obedient, and he started typing on Naver Translate, because he couldn't speak English. That's why he wasn't talking to me that much. And my Korean is trash. So again, not a lot of communications. And you should be able to communicate with your tattoo artist, because they may give you something that you don't want, and that's a bad sign. But did I listen? Did I care? No. Carried on anyway. So my guy was like typing, what do you want? And I was responding again on Naver Translate, this is what I want, how big do you want? And I was like, this is how big I want. And then he was like, where? And then I had like a little like mosquito bite from like when I went to Paris the same year, and it scarred. So I was like, oh, I guess I'll just like do a cover up on the mosquito bite and, you know, call it a day, like, you know, just cover up the mosquito bite. So he was like, all right, fine. So I was gonna get it on my, like, around my ankle area. So I had my, so he was like, oh yeah, where do you want? And I was like, oh, my ankle. So he was like, okay, so give me your leg. So I gave him my leg, and I was like, ooh, it's getting a bit saucy. It's getting a bit saucy, you know? So like, I'm trash. So he was like sitting opposite me, and then I gave him my leg, and then I put my leg on his lap, and then he was like looking at it, you know, like, oh, where do you want? And I was like, over here. And then he's like, over here. And I was like, yeah. Oh my gosh, I can't let go from that. But yeah, so he was like, all right, fine. And then he's like, you want to get it done now? And I was like, no, I'm going to a water park, like a water festival. I was going to water park the following weekend. So I was like, yeah, I'm not supposed to get it like really wet because it might get infected. Like, so I was like, yeah, I'll come back on Monday though, because I remember it was around a Thursday, Friday, around those times. And I was like, I'll come back on Monday. But in my mind, I was like, I'm just saying this, but I'm not coming back. This place is too weird. Like, there were too many animals here. Fur can get into my leg. I will get it will get infected, and it will fall off. Yeah. And I was like, I'm not coming back. But then he was like, yeah, you can come back on Monday. We'll book you in for like an appointment, but like make sure like you're gonna have to pay a deposit. And I was like, I should just say no and just leave. But I was like, again, mama didn't raise no bitch. So I was like, fine. Here's a 30,000 won. Take it. I gave him my 30,000. I'm trash. Gave him the 30,000 won, and I was like, but it's fine, I'm not coming back anyway, so like he can have it, like he's just hot, so I'm just here because he's hot. So I gave him the money, and he booked me in for the reservation, and I left, and I was like, I'm never coming back. So I went to Waterbomb, amazing, by the way, best time of my life. And and the following Monday we're back in Seoul now, and my friend was sleeping, and I didn't really have anything going on that day, and I was really bored, and I was like, I want to do something. And I was like, oh, I know, I'm already booked for a tattoo session, let's go. Ma'am, what are you doing, ma'am? Again, don't get a tattoo because you have nothing else to do. Like, don't do that, please don't. So anyway, I left. I didn't have like a working sim at the time, so I just left. I told my friend who was asleep, and I was like, I'm gonna get my tattoo done, and she was just like like she was grunting, and I'm pretty sure she didn't even register where I went. And again, that's not safe, especially if you can't communicate with someone. Like, make sure you people know where you are at all times, and I couldn't, especially if you're in a foreign country. Don't do that. But I did that, and I just left. So I came into the studio now, and I was like, to my love of my life, I was like, oh hey, Mr. Love of my life. I didn't say that, but he was the love of my life, so yeah. And then he was like, hi, you here for the tattoo? And I was like, yeah, definitely. So he came in now, and then he was going through like the computer, because he did like a design, a sketch out design, and he couldn't find the design. Boy, like, what? How can you not find it? Like, how can you not know what the design is? Like, he couldn't find the design, so he had to like redesign the symbol all over again. And I was like, you know what, I don't care, as long as my leg gets to be on Love My Life's lap. But again, like, all right, we'll do it again then. Again, if they are not that organized, if they can't find your documents, they can't find it, like, it's another sign that you should not be there. You should not be getting a permanent life or like lifelong body modification in this establishment, but I did. So again, like, he was redesigning it, like, size, yeah, told him the size, design, yeah, where I want it, showed him all of that. And I was looking around, I was like, where are we gonna get this done? Because, like, of course we can't do it up front because, like, there's nowhere to tattoo me. It was cluttered as hell, like there were cats roaming around. The other room, like one of the back rooms, like, there was just, it was like a storage room, and the other one there was a lady smoking a cigarette in there, and I'm just like, maybe with getting it done here, maybe she's gonna have to leave because we're gonna tattoo those stuff there. But I didn't know, so I was just like, you know what, I'll do whatever love my life tells me, because at this point, like, I'm whipped for someone that can't speak English, and again, never translating. And yeah, so like, he finally finished everything, and then he was like to me, he was like, yo, you're gonna have to go with my teacher. And I'm just like, come again? He's like, yeah, you go with teacher. And I'm just like, oh, I get it, English isn't your first language, like, where are we going, where are we going? It's like, oh yeah, you go with teacher. And I was like, who is teacher? The lady from the back room smoking a cigarette came out now. His home sis was like, hi. Just broke my heart, dashed it in the toilet and flushed it down. 2 seconds. I was very hurt, and I was like, oh, I think I should leave. Like, I was like, you know, why am I here? He's like, oh yeah, it turns out he was just an apprentice. She was the actual artist, and Love of the Life wasn't going to tattoo me. It was this lady who was smoking in the back room, and I was like, boo. So I'm just like, all right then, where are we going with teacher? So I thought again we were going to go to the back room, but apparently not. We were going to go to another place, and that's when my level of like common sense was like, it was kind of like kicking in, but I wasn't acting upon it because I'm just here like, this is a bad idea. My friend probably may think I'm in this place, but I'm not gonna be here because I'm gonna leave, and this is it, I'm gonna get kidnapped. Like, you know what, mom, it was nice knowing you, dad, like, my moral's great, like, honestly, like, it was bad. Like, it was very, very, very bad. Like, I was like, I don't know where I'm going. I can't speak the language very well. Like, they can't speak English, and I can't really communicate with them that well. So I'm just like, I really am gonna get kidnapped. This is it. But did I follow my instinct and leave? No, I did not. Instead, I paid the full price for the tattoo. And the full price for the tattoo was like 300,000 won, which is like, I think it was around £270 back then. And again, that was bad. And then, but I was like, all right, fine, whatever, let's go get this tattoo done. If I'm gonna get kidnapped, so be it. I was, my fate was sealed at this point. I was like, I'm ready. So went with teacher now, and then 2 guys just came out of nowhere carrying like computer equipment, so like, you know, a monitor and like a CPU kind of thing, and they were just like ready to go, and I'm just like, oh, we're going with these guys now? I was like, this is it, I'm defo getting kidnapped. And I was like, you know what, okay, fine, bye love of my life, I'm leaving. And I left, and we were walking. I thought we were going to go to another building in the same road, or at least upstairs or something. Like, where are we going? We left the street, went to another street, had to go into like a very underground basement-y thing, and that's how you know it was bad, because I'm willingly walking into my death. It was like a basement. It was pitch black. There was no lights, no windows, no nothing. It was just black. Went down the stairs, opened the door, and what did I see? It was a very nice and clean and sterile room. It was very nice. Basement like level. It was very clean, no animals at all, which was great. Did not smell like cat poop, which was amazing. And they were like, take your shoes off, please. We don't want your outside dirt coming into this place because it's so clean. And I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, so I was like very relieved now. I was like, I still might get kidnapped though, but I was very relieved. And they gave me a form, and they were like, fill it in, and again, it was all in Korean, and the only thing that I could read was name, date of birth, and address, apparently. And I was like, I don't know what any of these mean, and I don't really live here, and I don't have a Korean phone number, so I'm just gonna put my English details in and hope for the best. And they would just like put this here, put this there, put this there. I did not know what I was signing for, but here I was signing it in anyway, filling in a form. Like, I could have sworn my life in, sold my soul to the devil. Like, I did not know what I was signing into, but I was like, whatever, at least I'm not getting kidnapped. So she did my tattoo, and it was really pretty, it was really nice, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. And it was a bit painful, but I filmed it because mama didn't waste no beat. And the guys that were carrying the computers like were walking past, sticking their head through the room saying, oh my gosh, it looks so cool, it looks so nice, oh my gosh. I was like, oh really? And I couldn't like really cry out or scream out in pain because like the guys were there, so I didn't want to look like a bitch. So I was like, ouch. I was like that's good, that's good. Didn't hurt, no, didn't hurt, no, we're good. But yeah, but that was it really. Like, it was a really good, it was an interesting situation. I thought I was gonna die. Like, would I do that ever again? Nope. But I did enjoy like the process. Like, the lady was really nice, and it came out amazing. I love it, and this is a picture of it. But anyway guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you come back again soon. And you know, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share it with your friends. If you know anyone who's thinking about getting a tattoo, show them this video and say, do everything that she did in this video, don't do it, do the opposite of everything she did here. And maybe it can be like a learning process. But yeah, that's how I got my tattoo. It was so shady, and I think it was the most shadiest experience I've had in my life, but it was fun, and I would not do that again. But anyway guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you guys next week. And that is the wrapping.